Hello everybody, today I have the pleasure to propose to you this key 80 entitled Practical Awakening. Well, this is the chapter 5 in quota mark, for which we already had before the two other videos. Today we're gonna see and to enlarge the perspective and to see really practice and tips, advice, technique for you to help you to raise your vibration and also to in your daily life to apply this different activities and or philosophy for you to accelerate and also to be in harmony with your inner process of awakening, which is of course unlimited and also endless. Well, Hygiene of Life is not to take a shower, of course, nothing to see with that, and we try to enlarge the perspective of this. It's touching everything concretely. This is what I baptized HolYstyle of Life, for which we already spent 4 videos. This is the key 69 you want to deepen. Actually, this is essential, the Hygiene of Life. Why? Because this is to have a daily practice, operational practice, not necessarily punctually in the temple when you meditate and so on, but at the office, in the train, in the subway and so on, every time. It is supposed to become a second nature. This is also to have a good balance between the triptych, okay, between your body, your mind and your soul. Soul is your higher self, okay, the divine part in progress, let's say, that sometimes is not connected, and the goal is to connect these 3 elements. It's really, really important. You know, the Hygiene of Life for many spirituality, mysticism is not dissociable. We cannot separate from the theory. Okay, practice makes perfect, as we said, but for example, we cannot consider Hinduism or Buddhism without yoga. Okay, the practice, okay, the activity. Okay, same for a lot of Taoism, Qigong, Tai Chi, and so on. Well, let's try to understand why it's so important, because it's allowing you to reach wellness, fulfillment. Okay, despite the fact you will face some up and down, some problems and so on, but you will not perceive them and treat them with the same vision, okay, and with the same, let's say, solutions. Okay, so it's a daily practice, I insist a lot, for which you will find a certain joy, a certain pleasure, okay, by developing yourself, and thereby you will reinforce, and even more, you will amplify this happiness, this harmony. It will become contagious, and you will radiate much more, because we are invited in this period of transition, especially in this life, in the absolute, to honor the living life in general, the living God, whatever the source, by engineering, radiating happiness, wellness, fulfillment, and so on. Okay, so we saw in the first video and also in the video 73, 4 videos, the importance of energy, because everything on this planet, and visible, invisible, is energy. A table, an animal, a person is made of cells, organs, and so on. Yes, but at the end it is made of atoms, and at the end some energy. There is only energy, okay? What you call matter, it's only energy which has been reduced to be perceptible to your senses. This is Einstein who said that, one of the greatest scientists in the world. Okay, so everything is energy, and we saw also the 5th element, the Qi, the prana, okay, this subtle energy that we cannot see, but it is encompassing, which is embracing, this is interconnecting, like everything in the universe, and this energy. So the goal is to help you to activate it and to stimulate it and to make it circulating. Okay, so we saw already some theme about that. Today we're gonna see food, let's say nutrition, okay, the importance of it. Okay, once again, it's a part of the inner journey. Why? Because it allows you to have a better neuronal connections, okay, a clear mind, a good memory, a good concentration, to have a capacity of problem solving, and to have a better health, basically, like, This is Hippocrates, the father of the Western medicine, more than 2,000 years ago, say the force of nature within us are the true healers of disease. This is a preventive approach and not only a curative approach. Okay, so hygiene of life and good nutrition brings you happiness as well, because if you always eat junk food, at the end it's normal that you are affected by depression, even to just punctually to have bad mood and so on. And it's also a fruit nutrition of pleasure. 3 essential points. It's important to have a balanced diet, okay, not to eat too much and qualitatively, okay, to have a varied diet as well, and also to have a certain approach and application of the middle way that you say to refrain from addiction and dependence and excess in general. Excess doesn't make perfect, of course. Excess brings less, as I like to say. Some techniques and advice. First, there is no miracle diet. There is only miraculous adaptation. We can see and study Ayurveda in Hindu, in Sanskrit. I mean, in Hinduism means it's a practice. Okay, it's philosophy means science of life, and you can apply for everything of your daily life. Okay, so one chapter of the book is Ayurvedic nutrition. So basically, to make it short, and I studied that, there is no miraculous, because everything is unique. You are unique. It depends on your metabolism, your blood tests, depending on the seasons, depending on the period of the day, the morning, the evening, and the association of the ingredients. Okay, so all these parameters are making really a lot of potential. Well, very important, don't force yourself. Feel what you need or not, okay? Don't force yourself. As Da Vinci said, you want to be healthy, follow this diet, eat only when you want. This is very important. Be aware of what, the fact to force yourself means that normally it's 3 times a day. Actually, this is not true. Personally, I eat once a day and it's perfect. Sometimes 2 times, okay, like the morning or brunch, let's say around 9, between 11 and then always around 6 o'clock, okay, p.m. But, and if I don't know, with my parents and so on, it's 3 times, I cannot. Honestly, I don't have appetite. Anyway, it's not good, but it's like me. I like this. So don't force. One day it's dinner time, I'm not hungry. Take a soup, take nothing, a tea, and don't force yourself. Well, be aware of what you eat. It's really important to know the nutritional values intakes, okay, the contribution, because it's amplified the assimilation. This is a somatic assimilation. When you are aware of these ingredients brings me these intakes, okay, so I know it. And the moment I take it, I eat it, I visualize. For example, I say randomly garlic stimulates your blood, okay, I can take it and then I visualize that it's affecting all my body. You can do that for, and this is mindfulness of nutrition. Let's say this is a practice of mindfulness meditation when you are eating, okay, or preparing even your cuisine, when you are cooking. The somatic assimilation, I can give you 2 examples. The first one is what we call the French paradox. Americans studies discovered that because they were surprised why French people they eat quite fat and so on, and why they don't have so many heart attack. And they just discovered the way French people, most of the time, because this is in their culture, why they are not affected is because they are eating in a good mood, in a good atmosphere. They take time and they enjoy. And the fact to enjoy the food make a different assimilation. This is proof with science once again. Another one is somatic. If we say in France that when you drink 1 glass or maximum 2 glasses of red wine is good for health and especially for heart, okay, in the absolute. But if someone, for example, for a community, for a religious reason and so on, culturally, if he thinks he associates alcohol to sin, to something negative, to something bad, only one glass of red wine will affect his body, because his meta program unconsciously is bad. So he's creating that, okay? Somatization. Placebo, nocebo. Placebo means I take a pill, there is nothing inside, and I'm convinced it will make a miracle and it will heal me, okay? It does. If, and on the contrary, is also true. Avoid excess, of course. Excess makes less, okay? If I say garlic is good, but if you take, I don't know, let's say 300 grams, of course you will be sick and it will be bad at the end, okay? Always try to use a maximum of time every day if you can afford, and or at least every 2 days, or 2 or 3 times a week, okay? Vegetables, maximum of them, and fruits. Okay, why? Basically, because they are full of nutrients, and nutrients, concretely, what is it? It is the nutritional intakes, okay? This is the fuel, the essence of the energy bringing to you, okay? And enzymes, okay? Enzymes, these are natural molecules cleaning up your body, okay? So, that's why it's so important. And on the other way around, avoid, to emphasize this example and this this advice, avoid processed food. Why? Because most of the time there is nothing inside. It's artificial, so you just fulfill, but it's one in, one out. Huh? Sorry, but it doesn't bring you anything. That's why when you go to junk food, say hamburger and so on, most of the time you eat like crazy sometimes, and after 2 hours you're still hungry. Why? Because it doesn't bring you anything, or you feel very down. Well, then we will see there is also a middle way. Huh? It doesn't mean that you need necessarily to always eat a vegetable, like steam vegetable and steam life in Cotamarc, and never have some little pleasure, like also junk food. Sometimes it's good to have in between, but like a real balance. And also, this is one thing I advise you, break your preconceived idea regarding vegetable, for instance. This is the way of cooking. You can have fun to play, or even to have some restaurants with vegetable or vegetarian and so on, but with wonderful taste, much more tasty than standard food, okay? With lemon, with garlic, with anything that's, create a dynamism within your food, to inject some colors into a black and white dish. Avoid too much fat, of course. Avoid to take butter for your cooking, but you can do it sometimes, let's say once a week, but the rest try to use olive oil or even cocoa oil. Try to eat regularly, let's say 2 times or 3 times you can afford raw food. What is it? This is a salad, because it has not been cooked, because the fact to cook breaks some molecules. Okay, avoid barbecue, for example. I mean, the barbecue, the burnt part, when is black, it brings cancer. Okay, it's okay when it's once a month, for example, it's fine, but avoid that, and avoid in general to overcook, because it's not good for the molecules. That's why another advice is to cook. Normally, we recommend for Ayurvedic diet 43 degrees. What else? Reduce the sugar. Okay, especially refined sugar. This is the worst poison. I mean, not the worst, but this is big poison. Okay, the terrorism. Sugar kills more than terrorism. Okay, attacks, fundamentalist attacks, and so on. 10 millions, and even probably more, 10 millions of people due to diabetes. Okay, only that. Okay, so when you see the old controls we have in the airport and so on, it's good probably because it avoids some drama, but I'm not judging that. But anyway, just to tell you that you can see advertising everywhere of bad sugars, and especially when it's palma, you know, from especially Indonesia, destroying nature and so on. Well, is an aside, it's bad for health, and also it's bad for nature. But anyway, sugar is really bad, and you can have, because personally we all personally I love sugar as well, yeah, even candies and so on. I try to refrain, even if I'm not doing always, but it's just punctual, okay? And otherwise, but I like to finish my meal with sugar. I take fruit, okay? Fructose is good, okay? So I don't know, an apple, it allows you to digest, for instance. Banana, whatever. Banana is better to do it after your digestion normally. But anyway, just you can take I don't know, strawberries or whatever. Well, energy products. What is it concretely? But energy products is you know, consciousness food. It is, it's coming from Canada, let's say, I mean, probably the tag, the label, but this is, for example, to make it sure, you are a gardener and you have your own lands and you love your tomatoes and your plants and so on. And every day when you water them and so on, you give love as well. At the end, there is something different in their energy. You know, it's like Masuo Emoto, I hate you, and then the molecules are completely disharmonious, like the patterns of the water inside. This is Masuo Emoto. You can check the experiment on internet, and I love you and so on. And if you say, yes, I love you when you water your tomato and so on, the day when you eat them is different. It's somatic, and is a transmission of good energy. And this is the miraculous when you have a homemade food cooked with love. It's a kind of alchemy. You transmute, okay, the ingredients, and you inject some very high vibration energy. So energy products. Organic food, okay, some people think, oh yeah, but it's more expensive. It's a matter of fact, most of the time is not normal. It will be the normality in the future, because we should put a label sheet on the other ones, okay? Anyway, just organic food, it's probably 20% more expensive, but you can afford to eat 20% less in quantity. Why? Because it's more qualitative and bringing you much more nutrients, enzymes, and so on. So, you know, it's balanced at the end for your budget. Meat, since 2007, I'm vegetarian, okay? So, and strictly for 15 years. Since I've been to Turkey, I've been solicited, and okay, with kebabs and so on. And to be honest with you, now I don't define me as nothing, not flexitarian, you know, it's like I eat when I want. It's not when I feel, because I don't feel the need to eat, like I need proteins and so on. No, I don't feel that, and I can have proteins with tofu, with a lot of complementaries. But let's say it's just for enjoying life, embracing life, with the respect of the animals, of course, because I'm gonna tell you. So maybe it's once a month, once every 3 months, once a year, once. I don't count. I will not put a quota, but it's not every day, it's not every week, of course, but the less possible. So ecologically speaking, food, I mean the meat, is bad. I mean, it's bad in the sense that, for example, just for 1 kilo of steak, you need 20,000 liters of water. So you can imagine that if the world is eating meat like United States, we need dozen of planets. Okay, so it's not possible. Okay, so even on the eco-friendly dimension, and also because you need a lot of energy to digest. The paradox is that you need almost half of your food to convert the food into energy. Okay, so, and once again, the most important is the vibration. You know, that's why there are rituals like kasherut for Jewish or halal for Muslim. This is the fact to respect the animals with a ritual and so on, and it exactly is shamanic. I spent time in Mongolia, 12 days with shamanic retreats, and they were explaining very well this. The fact that the shaman has to the soul of the animals, because it's his destiny, if he can afford to take his life for serving, let's say, the cosmic pulse, okay, the cosmic breath of life. So, and then, so the vibration is different. You know, when you kill badly in a butcher and so on, and the animal is stressed, is afraid and so on, the muscles are contracted. Okay, so you eat energy, low vibration of fear and stress, basically. Well, once again, I don't do any proselytism. It's up to anybody, but just the vibration, feel it. Okay, shouldn't be a constraint, shouldn't be a prohibition, should be just as you feel it. But naturally, in a process, and also for meditation and to catch subtlety of life, the fact to eat less, and especially less meat, will bring you further, higher, whatever. Then actually, drinking water, at least 2 or 3 liters per day. It's vital. Once again, the water, we are made of 70% of water. This is essential. And most of the time, people who don't drink enough, like 1 liter per day, they have headache or bad concentration and so on, so far, bad skin and so on. Okay, so you have also in the fruits, in the vegetable, you are full of water, but it's very good. Also to drain, avoid snacking, okay, between the meals. Okay, this is horrible, because you need to lay down, to relax, to let your stomach resting. We will see for detox just after. Don't eat, try to not to eat 2 hours before sleeping. Otherwise, your digestion will affect your quality of sleeping, and also your nightmares and so on. You create some chew for a long time. Okay, it's avoid to eat too much. Okay, and also it's better for digestion. You will use less energy to transmute this ingredients. Try to see the list. I did this key 24 nutrition, for which I reveal 10 miraculous plants. You have also I present a chart, and you can find on internet the 12 ingredients for which the shape is affecting the organs. How come? For example, basic example, walnuts is good for your brain. Okay, and when you see walnuts, it looks like a brain. Well, you can deepen if you want. Try the mindfulness experience. When you close your eyes and you eat with your food. You will have this the feeling of touching, making love with food. Okay, and the assimilation is definitely different. I swear to you, it's a love story, especially when you fast before. Try to do it with analyzing your 5 senses, okay, and also to split up the different steps of eating, like chewing with the taste bud, you feel, okay, then you swallow, okay, then the whole process, you eat, you put it in your mouth, you chew, then you swallow, then you digest, and you have the satiety, the fact to be wrapped. Okay, I have enough. You are okay. You see, and not too much, because it's never comfortable to be completely full. Let's go further with the notion, which is continuation, detoxification. Okay, this is really important for the same reason, because basically it's like draining. Okay, draining, evacuation, flush, you know, like toilets. And actually, normally we have some organs to do so, like the liver, the kidneys, the immune system, which is naturally capable of cleansing. Okay, the kidneys and the liver filter waste from the body, while the intestine are responsible of the evacuation of them. Okay, so we're gonna see that is not only linked to nutrition, detox, okay, 7 nutrition level, and 7 in general for behavior. First one is a mono diet. I recommend to do it regularly, once a month, or maybe for the duration you want. Talk with your doctor first, maybe 3 days, 1 week. 1 week, maybe it means that it's better to do it every 3 months, for example. But it could be mono diet is like you just do vegetable, purely vegetable, nothing else than vegetable. I can give you a very excellent one, antioxidant like artichoke, asparagus, carrots, cabbage, beets, spinach, black radish, garlic, celery, ginger, turmeric, avocado, and so on, so on. Then, for instance, fruit. You do a mono diet of exclusively fruit. Okay, with lemon, with pineapple, apple, pomegranate, goji, grapes, and so on. You can do also a meat detox. Okay, Lent is exactly that. For Christian, is exactly that. 40 days you don't eat meat. Try to do it during 21 days, and you will see how your body, how you feel it. Okay. Are you feeling a lack because you love it, because it's a pleasure, a lack because you have the feeling that you have less energy, for instance, it's possible, and or you feel more energetic. Okay, I will tell you then the fasting. The paradox is that I did here a few years ago in 2017. I did 21 days of pure fasting. Okay, only water. Okay, I lost the weight, but I was doing, honestly, I was sleeping 3 hours per night, and I was doing sport 4 hours, and I was talking, always aware, full of energy, like incredible. Okay, the paradox. Well, try to do alcohol detox. Okay, like 21 days, for example. Try to see, to visualize how you feel it. It's good for health. That's why we have is a new trend. It's kind of dry January after the celebration of New Year or Christmas and so on. Some excess of alcohol. A lot of people now is coming from England. And now a lot of countries are following the fact during all January you don't drink alcohol at all. You will see how you feel it. Okay. Once again, the goal is not to be in frustration and to avoid excess. The middle way in practice. You can do a mono diet with black radish, okay, to clean up the liver is excellent. You can use also, but ask your doctor first. You can find easily, normally in the pharmacy, sodium or calcium sulfate. To be honest, it's powder, and you put with water, and you're doing that, and then you don't eat during one day, and then you will go to toilets every 10 times during every 10 minutes. So it's really to take it out. Okay, the taste is disgusting, but at the end the result is incredible. Your skin is better, your eyes, I mean, you see better, you are more aware, and so on. You do it, let's say 4 times a year. It's for each season, for example. Fasting, fast and furious, no, fast and harmonious. This is really important, and that's why most of the, let's say, spirituality, religion recommend it, like Lent for Christian, Ramadan, Yom Kippur for Jewish, Ramadan for Muslim, Jewish, Hindus as well, Hindus, Buddhists, they have also. Okay, that's why Gandhi say, what the eyes are for the outer world, fast are for the inner. The light of the world will illuminate within you when you fast and purify yourself. Okay, so it can be depending the duration as you need. It can be only juice. Okay, this is mono diet. Okay, to be honest, but just juice rest your immune. I mean your digestive system. Okay, it's like taking a nap, taking a rest. Okay. Can be an intermittent fasting. What does it mean? It means that you have only one meal per day. For instance, you stop eating at 8 o'clock p.m. and the day after you just eat at 3 o'clock, for example, or lunchtime. Okay, so it's good to give a certain duration for the stomach. Okay, you can do also is mono diet, but it's kind of fasting. 1 week is very good. I did that also. It's not so complicated because you are eating a bit. Only grapes, like 1.5 kilos of grapes, so per day. Okay, so you eat 7 times. Okay, so you spread over the time, and actually this is clean up everything as well. Your stomach. One South American, she cleaned apparently her cancer like this. Okay, only water. Okay, this is hydric fasting, or dry. It's without drinking. Ramadan is dry fasting. Okay, personally, the maximum I did is 4 days so almost 100 hours, 96 hours without drinking and eating, of course, is difficult. The dry one, only 24 hours is enough for me. After, it's really difficult. I lose all my energy, frankly speaking. And then one I recommend, but ask your doctor, and I do once a month. And in the past I even did during 2 years once a week, but it's too much, I think, now. Otherwise, I told you, I eat only once a day. I do intermittent fasting for many years now. It's happened sometime the weekend. I go today, it's Saturday, and it's 6 o'clock, but then I will go with my family and we will go on the beach, and then we will eat at I don't know, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock when they wake up. So just to tell you that in it will be a pleasure. I don't impose myself because I'm in between, middle way. Okay, so the 72 hours is excellent. Okay, why? Because it's hard at the beginning, the first day. The second day is easier, and the third day, well, it's easy because actually you know you're gonna eat. Okay, so you stop, for example, eating at 7 o'clock, I don't know, Sunday, and you eat back 7 o'clock p.m. of course, Wednesday. Okay, so why? Because it allows you to rest your digestive system, and also after the third day, it's clean up all your deficient cells. It means that it's kill them and renewing your immune system. Okay, once again, do it with a doctor to make sure that you can afford. Sweating, very good. Hammam, sauna, or running sports. Breathing, hyperventilation. It's 70% of the toxin you take it out. Okay, I invite you to watch the video 23 regarding healthing if you want to deepen. Mobile, okay, detox. Mobile 1 day, this is a Shabbat principle. It can be 1 week. When I was in Mongolia, 12 days, I switched completely internet. I say to my family, I say to my company, my employees, and so on, I will be not reachable. I even say to my wife, even if there is a grief, my mother died, my father, whoever, I don't want to be affected. It's not because I'm not sensitive, it's just because I really wanted to be out. And I just realized, because we were in the middle of nowhere, and there was, I don't know why, there was a very old TV, and there was the Olympic Games. It was in 2016. Anyway, and I remember it was the Olympic Games, thanks to that, or because of that. Social networks, do a diet of social network is very good sometimes to relax. News as well, I did it for 2 years, I swear to you. Speech, okay, silent retreat, for example, during 3 days, you don't talk at all. Okay, you will see how you feel after. Okay, and then actually you can also do a detox with Vipassana retreats. Well, I invite you to apply what vibrates. I hope it will help you to shape the master key of consciousness, of love, whatever you want. As you know, all roads lead to Rome and to the Dome. Thank you for your attention, and see you very soon.